Robertson's as a company has been around since 1986, but prior to that I was involved in another company importing and distributing plumbing equipment, so I have an excess of a 30-year history in the plumbing business. Prior to that I was a builder by trade, so I've always had a very hands-on involvement in product development and been interested in developing products to make it easy for the plumbers and to make it easy for the builders, as well as taking into account, what the consumer was looking for.
I spent a number of years in our ideal standard plant in Germany, and we were exporting to the New Zealand market the ceramics faucet. Knowing that the background that I had, Max came to me with his requirements list, and we sat down with a white piece of paper and identified all of the features and benefits that we wanted to include in this new product that we were developing.
The valve is a 4-port valve, which means it has 2 inlets and 2 outlets. The top outlet being for the shower and the bottom outlet being a dedicated outlet for the bath. The bath outlet is oversized, so it gives a very, very good flow rate to the bath and will fill even quite large sized baths without any problem whatsoever. As I said before, the valve will work on either equal high or unequal, and it also has the ability to be adjusted in a retrofit situation by using the flow control valves. And these can be accessed by simply removing the lever handle, removing the trim ring, but you leave the escutcheon in place and accessing the flow control valves through the holes in the escutcheon. Which means the integrity of the waterproofing remains intact. Check valves are imperative because the valve, as it's working in unequal situations, you've got high pressure cold on the cold side and low pressure potentially on the hot side. So to prevent the high pressure cold going through and pressurizing the low pressure hot side, a check valve is necessary. Without a check valve, you risk the hot water cylinder overflowing or potentially causing a leak. A multi-port cartridge gives a much better flow rate, but in addition to that, it has a wider arc of movement of the lever. As a consequence, you have a smoother transition from full cold to warm to hot, which gives the consumer greater control over the water temperature. The cartridge was tested exhaustively in our own laboratories, and we tested it to the same parameters as other ideal standard cartridges, which we give a lifetime warranty on. And the cartridge flew through the tests, and as a consequence we have every confidence of giving the intelligent valve cartridge a lifetime drip-free warranty. The valve is very easy to install because, again, as we were designing from absolute scratch, we were able to include all the components and manufacture one integral body for the valve. that included the isolation valves or check valves, as well as the inlets and the outlets. So it's a one-piece valve. That's the first advantage. And that advantage is, of course, that you've got less watertight joints behind the wall, and also the plumber doesn't have to add components and be worried about his, making watertight joints when he's adding the components. Then, of course, we've put a nice flat back on the valve and put in two very good points for screwing it back to the wall. But most importantly, as well, we've made it able to fit into a 75mm wall cavity. Having achieved our objective in the performance of the shower valve, we were then able, off the back of that, to extend a full range of fittings, including basin mixers, extended height basin mixers, bath spouts, and a shower program, and of course a kitchen mixer. We're very aware that apart from the functionality of the range, that also design is crucial for the consumer. And we also wanted, as we've lifted the bar, we think in terms of performance of the multi-pressure range, we've also lifted the bar, we think, in terms of the design of the multi-pressure range. So we've definitely come at it from two angles.